Hey everyone, welcome back to another weekly rotations video. We're on now week number 47 in this series where I show you everything I've worn off of the week, and it's everything from my collection. So some things may be designer, some things may be niche or indie, but most of them are gonna be cheapies because that is what I enjoy collecting and what this channel is all about. And as you can see, I'm wearing my boy dad shirt, very casual, and had to go out today. And today is Saturday, recording this very late and had a lot of work to do, very tired. So I'm gonna try to go through this as quick as I can. I may not give a whole lot of information about these, so I'll quickly give the profile and a quick talk about it and then move on. Hopefully this will be a very quick video. Starting off on the first day of last week on Sunday, my usual church going routine, which most of you already know about, and I wore one from a sample that I got from Zaharoff, a lot of other samples, and now it's getting cooler a little bit so I can wear a lot of the other cooler oriented stuff. And this is one that is a staple in the house. Everyone talks about it, and it's this one here called Zaharoff Signature. I think their signature pour homme. I hope I get the name right on it, but it is the, like I said, the staple one. Very, very classic, masculine, very old style in a way, a little throwback with a tad bit of a modern kind of thing to it. Very musky, citric, a little aldehydic, kind of antibiotic musk style, very woody, a little ambery as it dries down. It's an amazing, almost all year kind of signature and has an amazing performance on it as well. I did spray it twice, once in the morning, once in the afternoon, because I got it very early, then sprayed it on again before did some other stuff. And it lasted pretty well the rest of the day. Average a little above performer, especially in projection. But yeah, I love this stuff. This was a great one, perfect for church stuff because that's very classy, mature style, while also being something that's wearable almost every day of the year. Then on that Monday, first day of the work week, I wore another Zaharoff sample, and this one is, I think, more for the springtime. I think it does work in the fall. Some people say it works in the summer as well. I think almost all year round, but I really want to try to save the rest of this for spring because of this one here called Signature Rosé. And I did get the Black Rose or Halfeti Black Rose one, and I really can't wait to wear that, but I think it's gonna be more cold weather. But this one is a man's classy rose fragrance. Very strong on that rose, a little tannic kind of quality in there, almost a little bit of a slight femininity to it, especially as it dries down, but you get a lot of dry woodiness in here. There's really almost no sweetness and a little bit of an ambery muskiness as it dries down as well. Very straightforward, almost unisex style, but I guess a very classy, mature guy would love this if you want a good rose to their fragrance. But just again, be warned that it's not gonna be a sweet rose or jammy. It's a very tannic, floral, dry style of rose. Lasted literally all day. Also a little powdery on the dry down. I even smelled this on my clothes the next day, even the day after when I had to go back and wear another different jacket. I still smelled it on there, that woody, powdery dry down. But yeah, love this one. I'm going to save the rest of this again for the spring because I think it will fit perfect in there. So I'm going to wait to go all through the winter for that one. But yeah, love this. And if I said it once, I'll say it 1,000 times again. Highly recommend sampling from Zaharoff. You can buy each individual sample for like $7 or something and less for certain percentages off and things like that. But yeah, love it. Highly recommend trying it. And really, I can't remember what I wore on that nighttime when I got back. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the next work day, which was Tuesday. Wore one that I absolutely love. Probably one of my favorites from this house. I know they came out with another new flanker in this line, but as far as I know, this is a really great one, especially for everyday wear. It is by Salvador Ferragamo. It is red leather. What you're gonna get with this one is a lot of powdery iris. There's also a lot more citric, spicy freshness in here. Easily wearable for any time of the year, a signature day or night. This stuff is probably the most wearable and easy for all year round than anything else. Bright leather is really good, but I think it's really more for just the summer, spring, and maybe fall time. Probably not so much for night use unless it's like very hot. This one has a little more interest and complexity than that, and definitely a better performer. Citrus fresh, yeah, powdery iris, and you do have that clean car leather kind of style. Lasted all day, great performance. I mean, fantastic, love this one. Again, the signature one out of all the ones here, there's a lot in there that also is still very wearable, almost very versatile, but this one I think is my personal favorite. Really do like it. Then that nighttime, of course, keeping the tradition of wearing a Belle Cam's fragrance at least one time in the week. And that nighttime, it was not too warm, but not too cool. And you'll see a theme, by the way, that it did warm up a good bit in the week. And wore this one, haven't worn it in a long time. It is the Classic Match red one. And if you can't tell, this is going to be a clone of Polo Red. Right along with that, that very cranberry, fruity, powdery, sweet kind of nature in there. A little bit of an amberiness, a little bit of a spice, and there's not really a whole lot of coffee notes like there are in like the other Polo Red flankers, like the extreme and intense and things like that. But yeah, very powdery, fruity, sweet, lovely stuff. Does not last that long though, and projects okay, but that performance is definitely like very, very low, but it is still enjoyable, still very nice, and a great alternative to Polo Red, which might be a little more zingy than this, but still this is a very faithful recreation, and you can find it online or at Walmart for under 10 bucks. It's a great substitute. Then that next day on Wednesday, it was again a good bit warmer, and as the week went on, it got warmer, and then it dropped off a good bit after it rained, but this is one that I've always loved, always enjoyed it, and I actually still had a little bit of the dry down of Signature Rosé on when I sprayed this, so it kind of mixed in with that, but this was still way louder than anything else. Well, again, one of my favorites from Off and On in the Supremacy line. It is Supremacy Not Only Intense. This is the one that's gonna have a lot of similarities to Nishani's Hashivat with that strong, herbal, aromatic, almost earthy style of oak moss. Very, very green, a strong, powerful, juicy, but tart black currant note, which doesn't last just on the opening. It lasts well into even the dry down of the fragrance. But most of what you're gonna get with this is that black currant tart, a lot of that oak moss, and a good bit of muskiness in here. Stays fresh, great for all year round, day or night, literally any time of the year, any occasion, great for casual, formal, whatever. But just be wary, this is a very strong performer, very, very loud and very long lasting, but fantastic. Again, my favorite from the line besides collector's edition, and there are a lot of other ones I want to get and try out as well, but as of now, I love this. It is hyped for a reason. Then that nighttime, I had to go to a church service, and this is my favorite, the one flanker so far. I love this one so much. I say that this is definitely an improvement on even the EDT or the EDP, because it is the EDP Intense. Absolutely love this, and I fell in love with it again. I love this stuff so good, y'all. Exclusively fall and winter, maybe cooler spring nighttime, maybe in the daytime you can wear it, especially in the cold, but this stuff has a special occasion thing to it. Sweet, sugary, lemon, very citric on the top, very sharp, and quickly right behind it you get a lot of cardamom spiciness, adding in a little bit of sweetness as well, and a lot of cedar wood, very woody underneath, a little ambery, warm, a little musky, but mainly that sugar sweet lemon, spicy sweet cardamom, and cedarwood. Fantastic stuff. Doesn't have that tobacco ambery nuance like the EDT or the EDP, but I still think this is an improvement on the EDP. And even in that, you know, people will complain about the performance, but this fixes that issue. Way better performing, way better projecting, way more complex. Not gonna be too much like it, but I still think it fixes all those issues. And like I said, this is like a 10 out of 10 for me. Love this stuff. I want to get a full bottle of this one, get the chance, because I did happen to get this for cheap at a rack store. So if you can find this out and about at rack stores for a good price, highly recommend it, especially if you think the EDP is a little less. This is the improvement on it. Love this stuff. On the next day, on that Thursday, it was getting warmer again, and perfect time to wear this one here, a absolute hype beast. In the fragrance community, you can't go anywhere through TikTok or YouTube without seeing someone talk about this one, especially as far as cologne fragrances. I think the hype may have died down just a tad bit, but people still have it out and about, and it's for a good reason, because I do really, really enjoy it. Another one from Off and On, but this one is Tarathi Blue. Of course, in case you don't know, this is a clone of Bulgari's Tigar, and a really good one at that too. Kind of reminds you of little things similar to Michael Malone and Jensen's Terra Nova, or L'Immensité by Louis Vuitton, or even John Lowe's Immortelle, which is a clone of L'Immensité. But yeah, this one very spicy and Broxen peppery, a lot of ginger. I think there's also bergamot, a lot of citrus on the top. Very fresh, but also very sharp and very punchy, and a lot of Broxen ambery, very woody, musky, dry down. A lot of people say this has like a dry wood, like church pew, like dry paper, stale closet kind of effect to it, which I don't get at all. I think it's actually very fresh, very nice woody, very smooth. Very good quality and a great performer, literally almost all day, lasting like 7+ hours or so, above average, and a good projection overall. Got compliments while wearing this as well. People said I smelled really good at work, and so you always like to hear that. But yeah, great one, compliment puller, easy daily wear for most of the year round, and really you can wear casual or formal, just fantastic, and a really good price as well, especially if you can find them at rack stores or online for cheaper. But yeah, love this, absolutely recommend it. It's hyped for a good reason, just like the other Off and On one. And at nighttime, didn't know what to to wear, so I wore another sample that I have from Scent Truck, from a little palette that I got from them. And this one is called Coriander. And even though it's called Coriander, I think the official name online is Coriander Rose. This is one that is a very floral rose forward fragrance, very aromatic, but actually as it dries down, has a lot of leather in it, has a boozy note, and has tobacco. I think it even has like an oud woodiness as well. It's supposed to be a similar, like give you the vibe or the kind of, I want to say, representation of like the winter time in Russia, wearing those fur jackets and being out and about in like certain cities and whatnot, the kind of smell in the air and the effect that you get and the life that people live. Very interesting storytelling with this, but mainly what I get with this is that rose, that coriander is aromatic, that tobacco, a lot of leather in here, very dark, very complex. It's actually a perfectly unisex fragrance, and one that you can wear easily anytime in the cool weather. I really do like it. Very smooth and amazing quality. Again, like Zaharoff, I highly recommend that you go and buy a palette of samples from Scent Truck, especially if you want to get into that more niche, very indie, unique style. If you're into cheapies and you're into a lot of other stuff, you can get this for like, I think a palette for like under 40 bucks or so. So definitely recommend trying it out, especially if you want to know an upgrade in quality and more uniqueness in perfumery. Absolutely love this. It also is a great performer as well. And this is one I think I'd probably get at least a very, larger size ball of at some point, because I did really enjoy it. That Friday daytime wore another one that is a hype beast in the fragrance community, and my personal favorite from this line, and really a personal favorite out of my whole collection, is by Armaf, and is none other than Club Nuit Intense Man Limited Edition Parfum. Absolutely love this. Of course, you all know it's meant to be a clone of Aventus, but this has a little bit of a twist on it. A lot of people say it's the fruitier batch. I do get a lot of fruits with this. I get the black currant and get the pineapple, but I personally get a lot of oak moss and smokiness in here, a lot of muskiness as well. Absolutely incredible. The quality on this is just stupid good for the price that you can get at. And I know now I think it's like above $60 for this, and I happen to get this while it was a little below that, like 57 or something like that, 52 or whatever. So yeah, I know the price has crept up, but if you can get it, highly recommend it. And I actually got way better performance out of this past time than I ever have. It literally lasted the whole day on my clothes and on my neck. Really great, medium projection. Got compliments on this as well from at work, people saying it smelled good. So yeah, definitely does all the work, does all the stuff, anything you need it to, any time of the year, like Aventus does. Absolutely worth it. You hear people talk about it a whole lot and you wonder if it's that good. I can tell you it is that good, and it is worth it. And in person, like I said, my favorite out of the whole line. Really love it. And then at nighttime, Friday night, you all know my usual outgoing, my wife, baby, grocery shopping, looking around, getting stuff and all that jazz, and wore one that I actually haven't worn a full wearing of in a while. I paid full price for this because I thought it was gonna be discontinued, and it is a hype beast in the fragrance community, not the cheapies, but the, just regular designer community, and for a good reason, because it is still really, really good. I can't believe I don't wear it that much. I guess because I think it's a special occasion kind of deal, but it is by Givenchy, and this one is Gentleman Reserve Privé. So there are actually a lot of good clones out there. I've even seen some rack store clones of this, which is still good, but now that I have the original, I really don't have any need to get the clones unless I just want to, compare and contrast. Very irisy, woody, ambery, has a booziness in here, a little bit of a nuttiness, but you get a lot of that powdery, smooth, almost makeup style of iris. Absolutely love this stuff. Fantastic performer, almost all night, medium to medium loud projection, and a very good complexity, and just smells sexy overall. This smells absolutely amazing. If you can't get a clone of this, highly recommend it, but if you want to shell out for the original, that's up to you. I can just tell you that the profile on this is amazing, and I highly recommend it if you want a good, sexy fall and winter time style fragrance, especially one that's more for special occasions or date nights or classy events or whatever. This works great. Really love this. If I get rid of everything in my collection, I'm still going to keep this because I really do love it. Then today, Saturday, like I said, I had a very busy day, got up early, shaved, and had to go out an hour out of town to a different town to help a friend of mine out at a church, and we're building some stuff and do all other things. And I had a very stuffy nose, my sinuses, have a hard time smelling, so I had to pick something that I knew would smell good even if I couldn't smell it, and I had to go with this one here because it was a little warmer day, but not too bad, and it fits very well in that medium transition period. It is by Versace, and it is Eros Flame. Again, there's a lot of good clones out there. I think Maison Alhambra has a really good one on this one, but again, I have the original, so I have no need for that. And this actually wasn't that bad price as well. I think that price on this has dropped a good bit, especially online, because it's not really that hyped. It is an underrated flanker, but I think it is one of the best ones out there. Yeah, very much in the same style of Eros, minty, fresh, vanilla, powdery, but you get a lot more citrus out of this, a little bit of a green citric factor actually, and a little bit of spiciness. There's a cinnamon note in here, and as it dries down, you get that powdery, warm vanilla, a little bit of a muskiness and woodiness, and the performance on this is fantastic, above average performer in both longevity and projection. One that fits really for almost any time of the year, even spring, summer, probably not in the super high heat, unless you go light the sprays, but literally any other time of the year, any time of the day for any occasion. It is great. Like I said, if you can't smell anything or you just want something you know is gonna smell good, just a grab and go, this is a great one. Absolutely love this one. Then when I got home, it was a whole rush. Had to get home, get some things together, and then head out somewhere else very late at night. And I wanted something to spray on top of the dry down of Eros Flame. And actually this one worked perfectly with that. It's a little simplistic, but I think that's what played into that. And it still smells absolutely fantastic. It's one I've talked about a whole lot on this channel, especially on a line review of what this is. Especially of a line review that this is in. It is by Abercrombie & Fitch, and it is Authentic Night. Absolutely love this one. This is another one that if I get rid of everything in my collection or I sell all stuff or whatever, I want to make sure I keep this one because of how versatile and how nice and simple and sexy and just easily wearable it is. This basically just smells like Abercrombie & Fitch Fierce, but with an added note of vanilla. And it's not really a lot of a dense, powdery, super sweet. It's like a transparent, almost fresh vanilla. And actually now that I wear it a little more, I get a little bit, just a small bit of a Baccarat Rouge 540 profile in here. So if you can think about this like Abercrombie & Fitch Fierce with vanilla add on top and just a sprinkling of BR 540 in the middle. It's easily wearable almost any time of the year actually. I think you probably wear this even in the summertime if you go light the sprays at nighttime for dates and whatnot. But other than that, any other time of the year, it works perfect. It has a little bit of a freshness in there as well, which adds into that versatility. Love it, absolutely love it, and a great performer as well, like right average mark, not bad at all. If you haven't got this one or you're looking at getting anything, or at least one from Abercrombie & Fitch, I would highly recommend getting this one. You can't go wrong with it. It's absolutely amazing, especially for the price. And there you go guys, all the things I've worn all through the week. I do think this video is probably considerably shorter than how I've been doing lately, and I apologize for going a little long, but there you go guys. Anything I've worn through this week that has stood out to you or that's piqued your interest, let me know what you think down in the comments below, whether there's something in here you like or don't like, or you have questions about, or hey, if you like this one, I think you'll like this one too, let me know about it below. And as usual, if you enjoyed this video, if you like what you've seen here, please consider giving the video a like and a thumbs up. Let me know to keep making these week rotation videos, that it is something that you want to keep seeing me put out there. And if you're watching this video and you're not subscribed to the channel, but you do like what you've seen here or what you've seen elsewhere on the channel, I encourage you to please consider supporting this channel by subscribing and hitting that notification bell so you can see all the other things that I'm working on in the background to bring out to you guys. I'd love for you to be right along with me on this cheap and inexpensive fragrance journey, and hey, maybe I can even help you discover something new along the way. And as always guys, that's all I have for today's video. Again, thank you for being here and for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I hope that you've enjoyed it. I will see all of you again in the next video. Be blessed.